40 hours, 23 meetings. This will be Prime Minister Narendra Modi's agenda for the Quad Summit in Tokyo. PM Modi will hold bilateral talks with US President Joe Biden, Japan Prime Minister Kishida, and Australia's newly elected Prime Minister Albanese. PM Modi and Joe Biden will also hold one-on-one talks on Tuesday. And at the Quad Summit, PM Modi will be holding the bilateral talks on varied issues, from the China challenge in the Indo-Pacific to the war in Ukraine and the new global order. PM Modi will be helming also a diaspora outreach in Tokyo. So it is going to be a very high profile and a packed itinerary. There will be focus on the post-COVID recovery and building on health security. Steps will be discussed to combat climate action and sustainable infrastructure projects to create a resilient supply chain that will be on the agenda of this two-day trip.
The second in-person conference of the Quad leaders will be taking place over 23rd and 24th of May here in Tokyo, where we are right now. Prime Minister Modi will be landing very shortly in Tokyo to meet with the Quad leaders. The Quad summit will happen on the 24th of May, which will be attended by Prime Minister Modi, Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida, Australian Prime Minister, newly elected Australian Prime Minister Albanese, and US President Joe Biden. That is, of course, going to be the big focus of this visit of Prime Minister Modi's to Tokyo, where, of course, free and open Indo-Pacific will be the focus of the Quad summit. But there will be bilaterals on the sidelines of the summit as well. Prime Minister Modi will be holding bilateral meetings with US President Joe Biden as well as Japanese Prime Minister Kishida and the newly elected Australian Prime Minister Albanese as well. Also, very importantly, he will be interacting with Indian community members over here in Tokyo as he lands, but very importantly also with Japanese business delegations, as he of course looks at increasing the possibility of Japanese investments in India. Remember that when Prime Minister Fumio Kishida had visited India last, he had of course made a promise, an economic package of 5 trillion yen in public and private enterprises were in fact promised by the Japanese, and there is indication that there could be a possibility of enhancement of that same economic cooperation between the two countries as well. So it's going to be very packed as far as these 2 days are concerned when Prime Minister Modi lands here in Tokyo, and we at India Today will be bringing you all the latest updates, including the key takeaways from that extremely significant Quad summit that takes place on the 24th of May. With Shweta Singh in Tokyo, Polami Saha for India Today.